Gentlemen, open your text, page 21 of the introduction. Mr. Perry, will you read the opening paragraph of the preface entitled Understanding Poetry?
Understanding Poetry by Dr. J. Evans Pritchard, Ph.D. To fully understand poetry, we must first be fluent with its meter, rhyme, and figures of speech. Then ask two questions. One, how artfully has the objective of the poem been rendered? And two, how important is that objective? Question 1 rates the poem's perfection. Question 2 rates its importance. And once these questions have been answered, determining the poem's greatness becomes a relatively simple matter. If the poem's score for perfection is plotted on the horizontal of a graph, and its importance is plotted on the vertical, then calculating the total area of the poem yields the measure of its greatness. A sonnet by Byron might score high on the vertical, but only average on the horizontal. A Shakespearean sonnet, on the other hand, would score high both horizontally and vertically, yielding a massive total area, thereby revealing the poem to be truly great. As you proceed through the poetry in this book, practice this rating method. As your ability to evaluate poems in this manner grows, so will your enjoyment and understanding of poetry.
Miss Pritchard, we're not laying pipe. We're talking about poetry. How can you describe poetry like American Bandstand? Well, I like Byron. I give him a 42, but I can't dance to it. Now, I want you to rip out that page. Go on. Rip out the entire page.
Pearls of Wisdom. To Be or Not to Be by William Shakespeare. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it's nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. It's a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil.
They told me that I was meant for the cleaner life, that you would drag me through the mud. They said that you would tread all over me, that they could see right through you, that you were full of hot air, that I would always be chasing, always watching you disappear after sleeker models, that it would be a vicious cycle. But I know better. I know about your rough edges, and I have seen your perfect curves. I will fit into whatever spaces you let me. If loving you means getting dirty, bring on the grime. I will leave this porcelain home behind. I'm used to twice-a-day relationships, but with you, I'll take all the time. And I know we live in different worlds, and we're always really busy, but in my dreams, you spin around me so fast, I always wake up dizzy, so maybe one day you'll grow tired of the road and roll on back to me. And when I blink my eyes into morning, your smile will be the only one I see.
I call it feeling my oats. There's a good thing going for my heart. I'm eating oats 3 times a day. If I ate that much wheat, the soles of my feet would look like runners on a sleigh. 14 kids are making bets on when their grandpa bloats, and it's all because of Wilford and his cholesterol-killing oats. I carry nitro in my pocket. I'm just a bum that's wearing boots. My doctor and my pharmacist are magicians in cahoots. They've prescribed at least a dozen pills, and I've taken quite a few. But now I'm eating like a horse because it's the proper thing to do. There's oatmeal in the homemade bread. It's in the cookie dough. My wife, who used to say, "Good morning, dear," slaps my rump and hollers, "Whoa." But now I'm wondering about my racehorse. He eats from that same sack, and he was only 8 years old when we pulled him off the track. But the oats are working fine for me. I feel like I'm 22. I'm far from dead because Wilford said eating oats is the right thing to do.
Very good. I like that.
I don't believe in superheroes. Nobody is invincible. We all melt at a certain temperature and crack under pressure. So no, I don't believe in superheroes. Meaning for now, I simply have myself. An immaculate conception, talented yet foiled sense of misdirection. I don't see dead people. I hear emptied souls sang through songs with notes of no hope as interjections. I don't believe in kryptonite. To kill this life, there need be no injection because I don't believe in superheroes. I was born normal. Son to man and woman with two sets of hands already full so there wasn't a free limb to move mountains. Just one man's mouth to move three little men. So I convinced myself at an early age, yo, forget Superman. He ain't even half as amazing as my dad, so I'll just believe in him. Sure, you can fly to save fallen babies from burning buildings or stop a bank robbery by turning back the time. But when he held you in his arms, time didn't seem to matter so much.
In front of my mind, as you tell me you love me. You rub my heart bruises with peacock-scented lotion, and the other scent you force out of your mouth. Every time you smack, it's called your sorrow. But every time you smack me in my face and say, I love you, I wonder what love really is. Mother dear, I have one tip for you. Will you stop saying I love you? Giving a child, no me, false hope, that your words can really be true. But I wonder how you can even love when you don't love the creation that you helped to make. But you seem to love him more than me, and him not be God but your boyfriend. Mother dear, you caress me in your arms and rub me and tell me you love me, but then you smack me and you kiss him. You caress him in your arms and you love him, and it seems so true. Now I see that you can love, and I get a little hope. But then I remember, he doesn't have to get rubbed because he never got any bruises from you.
Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh. As if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words. You can cut me with your lies. You can kill me with your hatefulness. But just like life, I'll rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh, does it come as a surprise that I dance? As if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, naturally, there I go rising.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You are the president, and I am your boo.
I Obama care about you more than you even know. That's right. Obama cares.